I'm having literally the worst hair day ever. I have had my hair in two different styles before I record this video, and nothing is working. And so I'll just wear my hair like I normally wear every day, just like this. See, there's this steam again, and I think it's somebody washing clothes because I keep thinking that the apartment's on fire, and I'm like, I might want to evacuate and cancel the video. But the reason I'm making this video is I've noticed some foolery on Twitter concerning the dynamics of how people date now. I haven't been dating since I don't really. I guess you don't really. I've never really dated. I've always just had boyfriends, and so I've never done like the. I am talking to like several different guys. One of you are gonna be my boyfriend, but I don't know who yet. I've never done that. Um, I don't know. It could just maybe it's just that way I was raised. Like my parents have been married. They'll be married 24 years this year, and so I just never thought that dating or talking to a whole bunch of people to get people's feelings hurt was a good idea, but I guess that's what people do. But anyway, so there's this guy that I follow on Twitter, and I still, for whatever reason, do not know why I haven't unfollowed him. I think it's because he's entertainment to me. The way he acts is like, you've got to be kidding. Like, it's almost like it's a train wreck. Like, you want to look away, but you can't. That's kind of how it is. And he, flirts with all these different girls, girls flirt with him, etc., etc. But what kind of concerned me was I discovered he had a girlfriend, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, you have a girlfriend, but you're flirting with other girls, and she never ever comes up unless it's a gift giving holiday like Christmas or Valentine's Day. And you're probably wondering, well, why do you care? Why do you care what other people do? I am a very emotional person, and I care about how people feel, and I guess take on people's emotions, and I can just imagine how that girl feels knowing that there's this guy that she really likes, and he tells her that you're the one I want to be with, you're the wife no matter what happens, but he's flirting with all these other girls, in turn making her look foolish. And I'm just wondering why girls are doing this nowadays. Like, why is this okay? Why are you females allowing these gentlemen to blow your head up with nonsense about, oh, you're the only one, and then there's six other girls behind you that have been told the exact same thing? And I can speak on these kinds of things because I'm married. I'll be married a whole whopping year on June 26th of this year. But no, before I got married and before I met my husband, I, fell victim to the whole, you're the only one, and finding out that I wasn't, in fact, the only one. And so I've learned through experience that, hey, guys are grimy. People in general are grimy, just not guys. Females are grimy just as well, but guys can be grimy, and I'm doing this to help other females out there realize that you do not have to put up with these games. And then the other thing that this guy does is, I guess he's getting himself caught up, because I guess these girls discovered that, hey, there's a girl that is above all of us, but he doesn't claim her. So I guess these girls call him out, and he calls them out, I guess, for spazzing on him or whatever, and gets upset because they've gone off on him. And it's like, sir, you have no reason to be getting upset because these girls are going off on you, because you're stupid and you allowed yourself to get caught up. You allowed your game to be revealed. On the other hand, these girls are dumb as well, because you're talking to a guy whose heart is already taken. And if it were me, first of all, I don't think I'd put myself in that position knowing what I know now. But if that was the 16-year-old me, and I realized that, hey, this guy is with this girl who I'm guessing she's number one, I would back off because no man's going to make a fool of me. I've been made a fool of. Like I said, I've had guys tell me, "Oh, you're the only one," and then I find out that there are 3 or 4 more, and I'm like, "Oh no, you're not going to make a fool of me," and I have left them alone. So I don't understand why girls stay around and deal with this mess of these guys telling you, "Oh, you're the only one," and but in fact you're not. So I'm just really tired of seeing it. Like, and people could say, "Oh, well, you can just unfollow that guy, or you can just unfollow these people." If I unfollowed every single person who did this on Twitter, I would have no one to follow, and there'd be no point in me having Twitter. I enjoy having a Twitter, and so these people are teaching me that people are crazy and foolish. And then there's the whole thing of not telling people what's going on. My brother has this female. I'm not even gonna call him his female because she's not anything to him. And under her own delusion, she thought that her and my brother were dating. Now, my brother can be, I guess, like a typical guy, but the guy that my brother is now, like if he was considered of dating this girl, he would have told her, "Hey, you're my girlfriend." So I don't know where she got this idea that she was his girlfriend, and he, got back in contact with her, and she's freaking out because he apparently dropped her out of his life and all this other stuff. And I told Marco, I was like, you gotta tell her that in no shape or form were y'all ever together. Like, y'all were not dating. She was not your girlfriend. You were not her boyfriend, and you don't know where she got that idea. And you apologize that if she ever thought that, but you've got to you've got to tell her. So I'm saying that to say this: if you are talking to someone and you realize that, hey, I just want to have sex with this person, just tell them. And if they can't handle that, then they're going to leave. It's as simple as that. You don't have to, there's no reason why you should be dragging these people along, making them think that you're going to be their one and only when you have no intentions of doing such a thing. So you need to tell them, I just want to have sex with you. We can probably be friends, but really, I just want to have sex with you. On the other hand, if you want to be with a person, don't play games. Don't do this, "Oh, I'm not going to text her for a couple days to make her seem like I'm not interested or make her want me more." No, if you want to be with someone, male or female, you tell that person, "Hey, I'm starting to really like you. I'm starting to really care about you, and or I may love you. Let's make this happen. Let's be in a relationship together." I'm so tired of people saying, "Oh, I don't need a title." Are you serious? Like, that's the biggest cop out. If you, like I said, if you don't want to be with the person, don't be with them. If you want to have sex with them, don't be with them. And on top of that, if you really just want someone to just leave you alone, you have decided that no, they are not good at sex. They seem on the line of being psychotic, like Dorothea Dix psychotic. Tell them, like, "Hey, leave me alone. I don't want to be with you. You're not good for me. You're not what I expect." Just tell them flat out, no, you're not my type at all. If you've got to cuss them out to get them to understand that, hey, you're not my type. If you've got to get the law involved to say, hey, you're not my type, do that. But stop dragging these people along. Guys, if you're tired of people saying, or female saying, dudes ain't this and dudes ain't that, then step your game up. Be a real man. Be a gentleman. Open doors for a girl. Pull out her seat. Let her walk in front of you. Simple things like that. Just be a gentleman. Being a gentleman will get you a long way. And if you're messing with a girl who doesn't appreciate that kind of stuff, she's not a real woman either, because real women appreciate that kind of stuff. Leave her alone. On the other hand, ladies, if you are doing everything that you know how to do to be a good girlfriend / wife, whatever, and he's not appreciating that, leave him alone. A real man will appreciate you buying him things, surprising him with small things, cooking for him, those kinds of things. A real man will appreciate that. He won't expect it, he will appreciate it. And if the dude's not appreciating it, let it go. And for these people that are in these relationships with these people, and like, you don't see yourself with this person like for the rest of your life. You're just in it because, hey, he likes me, I guess I like him, it's cool. Get out of that. If it's affecting you progressing in your life, like you're spending more time stressing over whether Taekwon is where he says he is, and you're trying to get your law degree, leave him alone. You will find a way better man once you have a law degree and your own than Taekwon hanging at his house or at y'all's house with your car. Let it go. Find someone that appreciates you. Not what you do for them, but you. That's why I love my husband. Like, he appreciates who I am. Like what I can do, what I do for him. Because I don't have to do any of the things that I do for him. But it's because I love him and I care about him and I want the best for him that I do what I do. You want someone that motivates you to be a better person. If the person that you're with does not motivate you, or when you say, I really don't feel like going to work, I really don't feel like going to school, and they just say, hey, stay home, they are not trying to help you at all. They are trying to hold you back. Whether you see it or not, they're trying to hold you back. Find someone that wants you to be a better you. When I was still in college, and Chris was, before he left for basic training, I had gotten to the point where I was like, you know what? Screw school. I don't want to do this anymore. Because I had gotten burnt out. I was just tired of school. I was tired of putting in all this work and my grades not showing it. Because I knew I was good I knew I was smart, but it was like, no, I wasn't getting the rewards that I thought I deserved. And one day I was like, I'm not going to class. And Chris looked at me and said, no, you're going. And I'm like, who do you think you're talking to? You're not my dad. I'm not going to school. He's like, no, you're going. He said, you have too much potential to not go. He's like, you're too smart and have too much going for you to just up and decide you're not going to go to school. He's like, you're going. Now, this time I didn't have a car, so I really didn't have a choice. Like, I mean, I could have just sat outside at Wake Tech, but it's cold and stuff, and it gets really hot. And at the same time, I think it was winter, so it's cold. Wind cutting through that building. And I said, fine, I'll go. But I don't want to. And if it wasn't for him, constantly pushing me and motivating me to want to do better, I don't think that I would have, eventually graduated. On the other hand, he wanted to go into the military because he had realized that school wasn't for him. And he wasn't going to keep going to school, wasting money, because that's going to school is what you're supposed to do. And he was like, would you support me going to the military? I said, I'll support you in anything you do if it is for the betterment of you. Like, if that's to make you a better person. Who am I to hold you back? Like, if that's what you want to do, go ahead, and I'll be here cheering you on. And when you go to basic training, I will be here waiting for you to get back if that's what you want me to do, because I love you and I want you to be better. Despite what anybody says, Chris is a awesome motivator, but he's my best friend. And if it wasn't for him, I don't know. I don't know where I'd be. I mean, I have my parents and stuff, but Chris has been there with me through some pretty, what I would consider dark times and depressing times. Then he didn't have to be there. Like, some of the stuff that me and him have gone through, he could have very well just left. And there was a few times where I was like, if you don't want to deal with this, you can leave. I don't expect you to stay, but he cared that much about me to stay. And that's what you want in your life, is to have someone that should leave, but doesn't want to because they want to help you. And once you find that person, hold on to them, because they what I've discovered from being on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and all that, they are very hard to find. I get so much flack for being married or have gotten married at 22. I was like, why should I wait? Because society says you're supposed to be a certain age to get married, like being 22 so young to get married. No. I got married because I knew I was going to be with him anyway. Why not? I married because I loved him. I love him. Like, I didn't know there was a certain age that you had to be married. Do I wish I had waited? No. Because he's gonna get on my nerve. If he's gonna get on my nerves regardless. Like, I'm gonna get on his nerves regardless if I have a ring on my finger. So, no, I don't regret getting married. Me and him did things together anyway. Like, when we got married, nothing really changed except for my address and my last name. That's it. So, I don't really get flack for it anymore because people have learned to keep their mouth shut. But hold on to those good ones. Do not treat them like secondhand clothing or treat them like trash, because someone will appreciate them if you're not going to. So, my question that I have for the people out there: why do you put up with the foolery of games, of someone telling you that you're the only one and you're not? Why? Why do you do it? It's as simple as that. Are you trying to fill a void? Are you lonely? What is it? So I want to know down in the comments, if you're in that kind of relationship, why are you still there? If you're talking to someone and you're not tied to them, why are you still around? You don't have to be there. So let me know, and maybe I'll make a response to this. Maybe I'll get my husband to make a response to this, because he's pretty good at these kinds of things as well. So let me know, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.